They'll drop in. Let's see who can grab that stud boy hole shot here on the takeoff off the inside.
Yeah, Kyle Sand got a really great start from that all the way in the inside. Nathan LaValle trying to go onto the inside right out of that corner, but looks like Kyle Sand has got this one pretty good. But it looks like your number one qualifier, Nathan LaValle, got tips over at the beginning of, at the end of the skidoo section. So tough luck for him. But Hayden Meyer kind of airing it out right there in that second place spot. Colton Krajcek in third.
Yeah, Meyer able to come up through. LaValle was actually second going into that really nasty whoop section before the skidoo corner, and he tipped at the end of it. So at the end of lap one, Sand is the leader, followed by Meyer, Krajcek, Kellen Chaperon, and Ethan Awney racing in fourth and fifth. Yeah, that was a ripper of a start for Kyle Sand.
Yeah, he already has a huge lead. He already has probably a 2.5 second lead by now coming through the skidoo section in front of Hayden Meyer, but Hayden's very fast. He showed to prove that from Deadwood especially. He put some really good laps down there, but here comes Colton Krajcek right behind Hayden Meyer. He's not letting him get away either.
So they'll head over the U.S. Air Force Flyway in hot pursuit of your leader in Chaperon. Coming on strong, trying to get up on the podium as he starts to draw in a little bit on Colton Krajcek as, again, we watch your leader, Kyle Sand, up into the FXR turn, stays on that outside where it's just been freshly groomed, so good smooth run there. Down the Arctic Cat straightaway. And here's the section that has proven to be the equalizer on this track, is this whoop section. We've seen a lot of incidents in that part of the track today.
Yeah, looks like there's a racer down right at the edge of the track. Not yellow, but still got to watch out a little bit right there. But still, Kyle Sand, huge lead, setting down the fastest lap so far this race at a 44.1, while Hayden Meyer sets it down a 45.1, so that's a full second faster, and Kyle's definitely making it work as he comes around for the green flag.
And coming off that U.S. Air Force Flyway, Sand decided to double single it. Meyer is going for the big air and pulling the series triple. Changing the number 3 spot, by the way, Kellen Chaperon got around Colton Krajcek, so now he's looking to step up on the podium. He's about a second behind Meyer right now in that third position as we close in here on the halfway point in this Sport-Like final. So coming back around here comes Kyle Sand. And he'll come to the cross flags this time. We'll check the interval between first and second. It's at exactly 3 seconds, but the gap between second and third doesn't exist anymore. Chaperon is there on the inside coming off the FXR turn, and he could not get by Meyer. Meyer pulls out a couple of sled links on him as they continue that fight for position.
Here comes Kellen on the inside of Hayden Meyer. Couldn't quite get it right there, but he's going to still try and duck to the inside. And looks like Hayden's going to try and bust out the triple, which was a lot faster than Kellen as he just went double single. But Kellen's still going to try and go on the inside, and they go side by side down the auction block straight away, and they'll come almost bar to bar over the Amsoil finish line. But here comes Kellen, just got a little bit more of the inside and got a ski underneath Hayden Meyer, so he's going to be your new second place rider.
And about 3.5 seconds back of your race leader, Kyle Sand. And Kyle up the racetrack ahead of him a little bit. Maybe some slower traffic for him to deal with. So we'll see how this all shakes out here over the final couple of laps of this one to see if Chaperon has enough time to catch race leader Kyle Sand. Catching him is one thing, obviously. Passing him will be something different. And that time Chaperon could not get the triple, didn't even try, and wound up falling short on it on the U.S. Air Force Flyaway. So Sand coming back across the line, and the gap is down by about 0.3, down to 3.2 seconds. But we only have a couple laps left to run here.
Yeah, Kellen is definitely trying his best to reel in Kyle, and he's making it work. He has a lot faster places on this track than what Kyle does, and coming into the skidoo rhythm section, looks like Kellen will just be a little bit faster because Kyle did get hung up by a lapper right there.
And Kellen able to clear the lapper. The lapper went to the outside of the skidoo corner, gave him the line on the inside. As I'll come back over the U.S. Air Force flyaway. Kyle now working his way toward the Ram truck's corner. He'll see the white flag after this left turn and down through the auction block rhythm section. Chaperon is definitely chewing up the gap here. It's not going to be 3 seconds this time. Try 2.1.
Yeah, that's almost a full second off. So Kellen's definitely putting a lap down right here. His last lap was a 45.4 and Kyle's was a 46.5. So now Kyle didn't put down the fastest lap anymore. He's definitely having his lap times go up. So might be getting cold, might be getting a little tired, but Kellen is on a roll right now. He's probably about a half a second right behind him, probably about a second. But Kyle only has about a half a lap left to go. So just he has to stay smooth and consistent, can't do anything wrong, and then he'll have this race win.
Yeah, give all the credit in the world to Kellen Chaperon for really chewing up that gap over the last couple of laps. But the win is going to go to Kyle Sand here as he goes wire to wire in Sport Light. Chaperon in for the number 2 spot, and Hayden Meyer will finish in 3rd.
And what did it take to get it done?
Oh man, it was awesome. I got a pretty good start. It's been cold all day, so that was kind of a bummer, but we made it work. It was a nice track. I finally hit the triple, so that was a lot of fun, but yeah.
Who would you like to thank?
Man, I gotta thank my mom and dad so much. My dad's done so much to the sled to get running this good. I gotta thank God for keeping me safe out on this gnarly track. Racy's Extreme, Fly Racing, Stub Boy, USI, Craig Signs, everybody else that helped me get here. Thank you.
Hayden Meyer, our 3rd place finisher. Congratulations.
Next up, in our 2nd position out of Edina, Minnesota on the 254 Ski-Doo, we have Kellen Chaperon.
Kellen Chaperon, especially in the late stages of that race, you were really gaining ground and picking up speed. What were you finding out there?
Yeah, I got a okay jump. I kind of got pinched off the line, so I had to make a couple passes. I found a good line on the inside after the finish. Kind of pinched a couple people off on the outside, made a couple passes.
Who would you like to thank?
Huge thanks to Emerson Motorsports, Emerson RV, Emerson Sports Center, Mom, Dad for getting the sweet clutching this weekend, or today so far, Gingy Sticks, Asia Security, Sister, Stud Boy, FXR, Doug, Skidoo, Carrie, Stud Boy, Rocks, The Shock Shop, Mike Schmidt Trucking, Venom Products, everybody else that helps me, thank you so much.
He's 2nd, another podium here today for Kellen Chaperon.
And finishing 1st in our Sport Light final on a Ski-Doo out of North Branch, Minnesota, we have the 210 of Kyle Sand.
Kyle, I can only imagine how pumped you are right now. Your first Sport Light win. Tell us, how does it feel?
Honestly, I've never even been on the podium to begin with, and this is my 2nd year. I don't know, I'm speechless, to be honest. I got to give it up to my buddy Owen. He's been helping me this season, trying to get my gates packed, get my sled all dialed in. The track was great. It's the best I've felt on the sled the whole entire time ever since I started racing, and I don't know, I'm just speechless, to be honest. I can't stop smiling.
Who else do you want to thank for the big win?
My girlfriend, Kenzie. She doesn't make it to every race, but when she can, it's amazing. FXR, Alpine Electric, Sands Auto Sales, DK Designs for always hooking me up with the sick wraps. All my other buddies in the pits always run his stuff too. Chase Carlson, Farm Bureau, FXR, anybody else I forgot. I can't thank you guys enough.
Ain't no feeling like your first win feeling. How about it for Kyle Sand, your winner here in Sport Light?
About ready. All right, here we go. FXR Sport Final. And there's the drop in off the starting line. They'll head into this Arctic Cat straightaway. From the outside, that is the 107 Senor Stash. Kyle Kuntzman battling for the early lead.
On a great start to the race also for Bo Tibbetts, I believe, who's hanging right up there alongside Kyle Kuntzman, your points leader.
And Kyle with the red plate battling out with Bo. Bo almost gets off the sled. And now they'll hit this huge U.S. Air Force flyaway. Big triple battle for the number 2 spot here now.
Kyle Kunzman, I was talking to him just last weekend in Deadwood, and he said a track like that, he absolutely loves it because he likes to be on the brink of fear, pushed to the absolute edge, and I think that that's going to happen again this weekend. Of course, a very different track, but similar. This is new territory for many of these, for all of these riders actually, and just a whole different track layout too. So this is a learning curve for a number of them, but Kyle Kunzman looking smooth out front.
Moving into second now, Adam Ashline, followed by Tibbetts in third, Mandrick and Krajcik rounding out the top 5. And there's Ashline on the yellow and black Skidoo. Yellow flag out in one zone of the track. That's the 536 that is in trouble. I believe that's the Grady Johnson sled. And here's Ashline, bar to bar with Kyle Kunzman over that auction block rhythm section and to the Amsoil finish line jump. We've got a race for the lead.
Let's see if one is going to be able to capitalize in the corners here, because through the rhythms they were taking the exact same cadence. It looks like the 710 of Adam Ashline is able to capitalize.
So Ashline takes the lead. Kunzman does not have a great trip there through the Arctic Cat straightaway. Now they'll hit these monster jumps. These whoops are very peaked as they head out of the Skidoo turn. And Ashline casing it on top of one of the jumps here in this section of rhythm. Now they come back to the U.S. Air Force flyaway. And Ashline trying to air out the triple. Kunzman with a hard landing, but right up behind him as they come through the Ram Trucks turn.
And if you're sitting in third right now, like Bo Tibbetts, the 223, this is what you love to see at battle for the lead. So what someone like a guy as Bo is doing is he's analyzing what's going on up there, and he's hoping that this battle is going to allow one, if not both of those riders to make a mistake where he can slide up into that #1 position. So we'll see if Bo Tibbetts is able to stay patient here and seek out an opportunity.
And right now, Bo is starting to threaten Kyle Kunzman for that second position as they head up toward the Skidoo turn. And Ashline only out by a sled length or two here, so Kyle keeping him well within sight through the rough stuff here. Ashline again airing it out over that U.S. Air Force flyaway. And trying to sneak to the inside. There's Tibbetts trying to steal away that second position. They'll try to get a run here as they come to the Amsoil finish line jump. They're going to be bar to bar as they head to the FXR turn.
Bo Tibbetts taking that inside line in the FXR corner, forcing Kyle Kunzman to the outside where there's a bit more momentum. As you can see, Kyle Kunzman made up a little bit more ground on Bo as he's going to try and make a move here on the outside in the Polaris turn.
This has been the great equalizer, this section of the track here between the Polaris and Skidoo turns, because again, those jumps have real high peaks, very deep drops in between. You got to get the rhythm just right. Kunzman got a little forward there on his sled coming out of the turn before the U.S. Air Force flyaway. So down Tibbetts moves into second, and he is within sight of your race leader, Adam Ashline, who only has him by about 2 sled lengths across the line.
And just 2 laps remain. And what you were just saying about that section right after the Polaris turn is these rhythms, they're so big and peaked out. There's big air that doesn't necessarily allow you to have tremendous speed coming through there. So you're just going to have to stay calm, stay consistent, and breathe. And looks like we have Bo Tibbetts off of the sled as he gets back to his Polaris as soon as possible. He's trying to get the tether reconnected. Kyle Kunzman is able to pull into, I believe he's in second at this point.
Yeah, and it looks like that'll put Kenny Mandrick up on the podium right now in third. Emmerich Legendre, by the way, in fourth. Here's a look at what happened to Bo Tibbetts coming through this Arctic Cat section. Yeah, just looks like a little bit of rebound got him. Maybe overjumped just a hair coming down that Arctic Cat straightaway. So back to your leader, Adam Ashline. Coming around the FXR turn. He's gotten the 2 to go signal, so next time around he'll see the white flag. And here is the battle now for the second and third spots. Emmerich Legendre, by the way, coming from the back row, won the LCQ to get in the field.
Wow, what a charge that would be for Emmerich, our Quebec rider, who, and we just have a rider off the sled once again.
Yeah, that was Mandrick with the off, and that'll put Emmerich into the #2 spot now.
Wow, this is proving to be a great charge for Emmerich, who, like you said, had to work his way through the LCQ last year. He was one of our standout riders, that's for sure. You know, if he doesn't come away with the whole shot, he's a guy that can certainly make up the time elsewhere in this race. But that whole shot is super critical.
So the white flag has waved for Adam Ashline. We've seen other contenders in the top 5 crashing out here over the past couple of laps. Let's see if Adam can keep it clean and get it to the Amsoil finish line for the win in this FXR Sport Final.
Making his way to the back section of the track to the left-hand Skidoo turn. At this point, a rather comfortable gap, 2.832 seconds over Kyle Kunzman. So right now, he's going to try to put her in just a bit of cruise control as he can make his way to the finish.
So Adam out of the U.S. Air Force flyway, powers out of the Ram truck's turn, and heads toward the AMSOIL finish line. In the FXR Sport Final, we'll go to Vermont's Adam Ashline. Oh, and look at that race down across the line. Kyle Kuntzman coming back and stealing the second spot from Emmerich Legendre at the finish, and a whisker. The margin there was, I'm going to do the math real quick, maybe 0.3 of a second, maybe less. So that means Legendre will be third on the podium. Welcome back to the All-Finish Concrete Snow Cross National. It's time to meet our podium finishers from the FXR Sport Final. Finishing third from Clear Lake, Minnesota on the number 144 Skidoo is Emmerich Legendre.
Emmerich, what a day. A lot of ups and downs for you, but I'm sure you're thankful just to be up here in this third place position. Talk to me about how you were able to find such perfect lines out there.
My day was pretty good. Well, not really, I would say. I had a very bad qualify session. But yeah, during the race, I just tried to find some lines between like all those racers. That was pretty good. That was pretty hard too.
And who helped you out tonight?
My mom, my dad, Team Motorsports, Skidoo, Enzo KYB Truck, Crawl Machine, Fly, Rock Speed FX, Starboy Traction, and everybody else I forgot. Thank you.
A huge congratulations on your third place finish.
Thank you.
Finishing second out of Delavan, Wisconsin on the number 107 Skidoo, Kyle Kuntzman.
Kyle, it was at the last second, literally, that you made the pass in a second, but how were you able to maintain such good speed throughout this track?
Honestly, I have no idea. I was struggling everywhere. The jumps here are actually pretty technical. They were super high speed, but spaced close together. So I made a couple mistakes, but I managed to hang on, and Adam rode a heck of a race, and I knew I had Emmerich breathing down my neck forever, and I was lucky to be able to hold him off. He's a good rider.
And who helped you out today?
Huge thanks to Bel Air Racing, Erickson Asphalt, B&L Trailers, Bright Child, Trosef, Mars True Value, everybody at Boss Racing, DK Designs, my teammates Tomo, Moline, White Star Racing, Skidoo, FXR for the awesome gear and loving the new goggles, 60 helmets, and a huge shout out to Ed Ingram at Ingram Motorsports for doing my suspension, and my mom and dad. My mom, dad, and my brother. Can't forget them.
Of course. Well, a huge congratulations on your second place finish.
Thank you.
And ladies and gentlemen, the winner in tonight's FXR Sport Final is from Heartland, Vermont on the number 710 Skidoo, Adam Ashline.
Adam, this is a pretty unique track, especially on that start. So talk me through the technique you have so you can make it out clean.
A lot of it's luck. I mean, I got a pretty good gate pick, so I was pretty fortunate in my heat races to get on top. And I just kind of got out pretty clean. It was a little dicey at first. I almost landed on, I think it was Kuntzman. I don't know, though. And I'm just pumped to be up here.
And who would you like to thank tonight?
I'd like to thank Skidoo, Elliot, and Steve just for helping me at shearings, getting my sled dialed. My mom, my dad, Fly for keeping me warm out here in this cold weather. Rocks, Goodwin, CNA Pro Skis, D&D Design, D&D Racing, Fox Shocks for keeping me smooth out there, keeping me on the sled. Ingles Performance for getting me my parts quick and stuff like that. And DeSilver Motorsports for just keeping me up here.
Well, a huge congratulations on your first place.
When it comes down to the points championship, she's looking to make history. The most wins, Maylene Anderson, looking for that first championship of hers as we are under starters orders and we're going green.
And Maylene Anderson will get out there in front. She grabs the whole shot with an Anna Hauger and Tasha Lang right there as well. And it looks like Tasha may have actually taken the lead around here on the outside, and an Anna Hauger in the mix there as well. And here's what happened to Maylene Anderson. She is tangled up with Meyerhofer.
Yeah, tough break for Maylene Anderson. Inanna Hauger currently has made her way to the front of the pack. Like we had talked about, she's back to feeling almost 100%. She was able to put together a great weekend and finish out the weekend with a podium.
And if you're wondering where Megan Brodeur is, she got boxed out at the start, and she's having to do some work here. It looks like she's caught Tasha Lang, so that's the battle for second now as they head over that short double leading into the FXR turn. Tasha stays to the outside, Megan to the inside, and Tasha actually pulls away from Megan as they battle, and there they are side by side through the Polaris turn, taking the split lanes there.
And Tasha Lang putting together a great season thus far. She's had a couple of podiums here. Megan Brodeur, a very patient rider, but she's not wasting any time here as she gets around Tasha Lang. She knows she has more work to do.
And Megan is probably aware that Maylene Anderson had that crash and is back in the 9th position right now. And ooh, got a little close there in the Ram Trucks turn as Tasha tried to make a comeback move there on Megan, and Megan gasses it to the Amsoil finish line jump here to the inside of Anna Hauger. And if she can hold on here through the corner, she'll have the lead, and she does.
We see good close racing between Megan Brodeur and Nana Hauger there. Megan Brodeur getting ski to ski right there as they headed into that last turn. And I think that was pretty intentional. Megan, she was trying to force the competitor to her outside to a less optimal line, allowing Megan to capitalize. Very strategic move.
So Megan getting ready to charge to the U.S. Air Force flyaway. She'll take the double single route here and then head toward the Ram Trucks turn. And you can see if you hit the upside of some of those steeply peaked jumps where you've got those deep holes in between, how it's almost like hitting a brick wall. It just totally kills the momentum of the sled.
And speaking of a brick wall, that's kind of what she compared to this track earlier in the day to. She said that they were having to work on their suspension, get it dialed just right, because at the beginning of the day, again, to come with these weather conditions, she said this track was so icy, so hard. This sled, when it would make contact with the track upon landing, it didn't sound great. So they had some work cut out for them on the suspension front. But here we're getting a look at Maylene Anderson, who has had to saddle back up and make her way as far forward as she can. We'll see where exactly she's lining up here.
Right, it's going to turn out to be a great points night for Megan Brodeur, not a great points night for Maylene Anderson. You may have seen Maylene just scooting out of the frame. She's on the verge of going down a lap here.
That is definitely not like Maylene Anderson. Tough break for her, most definitely. But Megan Brodeur out front, flexing back where she is so comfortable here at the front of the pack. She was able to assume the lead. Right now she has a 5.018 second lead over McKaylee Meyerhofer, who is able to get around Inanna Hauger.
So Megan now closing up, trying to put a lap on Maylene Anderson here. Normally this would be a battle for the lead, but Maylene getting caught in that opening lap tangle. And Megan will be able to scoot past here. Make her way back down here through this auction block rhythm section. And as she hits the Amsoil finish line jump, second place running Anna Hauger just coming out of the Ram Trucks turn. And looks like one sled was pulled down off the outside edge of the track, and that might have been, yep, we're getting confirmation now from timing and scoring. That was McKaylee Meyerhofer's sled. So McKaylee out with a mechanical issue here in this Pro-Am Women final as Megan Brodeur has punched out an 11.5 second lead.
Not only does Megan Brodeur have such high expectations for herself, but her father actually pushes her as well. And we were able to catch up with her, Josie and I, today. We were asking her about her number. Why the number 31? Well, it's because of her dad. His birthday is on December 31st. And as you know, her dad, Patrick Brodeur, has been such a huge part of Megan's training program. He is super hands-on with this sled. So again, while as she is pushing herself to the absolute limits, her dad is right alongside her to push her as well and cheer her on.
Yeah, that is a neat story because that happens so often in racing. The number that you run on your race vehicle, if it's not signed, there's some kind of meaning to it. So,
right, many good stories on the numbers here in the Snowcross pit. So if you get yourself a pit pass and make it back there, be sure to ask your favorite rider. What's the story here?
So Megan headed back toward the U.S. Air Force flyaway. She'll be coming to the white flag this time. She's expanded the lead out now to about 15.7 seconds over Anna Hauger. But for Anna Hauger and Tasha Lang, these are going to be good rides for the both of them if they can hang on to those second and third positions, respectively.
And these are long laps. The white flag is out for your leader, Megan Brodeur. But like you had said, Inanna Hauger and Tasha Lang, not as much of a gap amongst those two ladies. We'll see if Tasha Lang is able to make up any ground here on the final lap.
She's charging hard, but kind of caged it a little bit, working through some of the jumps just before the Emsoil finish line. Megan Brodeur out of the skidoo turn. And the thing about watching Megan Brodeur when she races, she never looks like she's overworking herself.
No. Even she is so composed too. Even just speaking with her, she could have had a very, very trying run. She could be so frustrated, but you wouldn't know it. And I think that very much translates to her performance on sled as well. Just very level-headed, very cool, calm, and collected.
And for Megan Brodeur, it is win number 4 of the season here at the all-finished concrete snowcross national. A commanding victory in tonight's Pro-Am women final. Anana Hauger looks like she will hold off Tasha Lang by a few sled lengths coming across the Emsoil finish line jump for second. Tasha Lang will complete the podium with a third.
Let's welcome our third place finisher to the podium. The FEP Parts Splash Products FXR Bell Helmets Up North Sports on the 214 Polaris out of Miltuna, Minnesota is Tasha Lang.
Tasha, I feel like you're finally finding your consistency and looked really good out there on your sled. What is something that you learned from last weekend in Deadwood that you were able to use today?
Deadwood got my confidence back right away as soon as I got that third place again, and now I just found my home again, and here I am.
And who helped you out tonight?
My entire family is here tonight, and Fargo is the closest race we have, so of course everyone, my neighbors, my roommates, everyone that's here, my boyfriend, FVP, Shane Thompson Farms, Lane Construction, Stud Boy, Sly Dog Skis, Up North Sports, FXR, Polaris, 139 Designs, Power Mat, EVS, Sunset Cove Resort, 213 Parts, Jim and Judy's, Polaris. So for all the help that they have getting that awesome hole shot, everything helps. So thanks everyone.
Definitely fun to be up here for all your friends and family. Congratulations on your third place.
Thank you.
And let's welcome up to the box for the third time this season on the All Aspects Forestry 331 Polaris out of Boyne City, Michigan. This is Inanna Hauger.
Inanna, what a turn of events for you here in Fargo. Let's go back to last year and kind of talk about the emotions that you have being able to be here and up on the podium in Fargo.
Yeah, so last year in Fargo, I ended up breaking my ankle and my pelvis, and it was definitely a little bit emotional coming into this race because this is the race that it happened. But I'm so thankful to come out safe and with second place. And congrats to Tasha. We've never been on the podium together, so that's pretty cool. And yeah, I'm just happy to be up here. I've been battling a little bit of a cold lately, so it was quite the day, but I'm happy to be here.
Definitely well-deserved and excited. Who helped you out tonight?
A huge thanks to my dad. None of this would be possible without him. A huge thanks to everybody at Polaris. Scotty, I really can't thank you enough. Your help is amazing. And Junior, Ben, Rick, Bob, Eric, just thank you all so much. And huge thanks to all my sponsors, Fly, Polaris Engineered Lubricants, Stud Boy, All Aspects Forestry, Rocks, 139 Design, 231 Adventure, Countywide Power Sports, Paparazzi, and just everybody, thank you so much. And Lee Rainey back home also, and Advanced Electric, thank you all so much.
Well, a huge congratulations on your well-deserved second place.
What a great comeback story for our second place finisher, Inanna Hauger. And taking top honors for pro women, she calls Cotacook, Quebec home on the Ski-Doo BRP Fly Racing Walls Unlimited number 31 Ski-Doo for her 35th career win. Let's welcome Megan Brodeur.
Megan, talking to you earlier today, you said this track was like a little bit sketchy, but you were able to pull through and make it to the top tonight. What was the most challenging part for you?
I'd say the rhythms, they were really, really deep, and if you were gonna go like to double in, you had to commit yourself all the way. And I didn't pull such a great start. I got tangled up out there, and then I just raced my race till the end. I didn't override. I tried to stay safe out there and focus on my lines.
And who helped you out tonight?
Of course, Skidoo BRP and the Sun Racing. Speedworks for the nice clutching setups. Thanks, guys. Also, my dad, my family back home, my boyfriend. Fly Racing for the SIG gears, Atlas brace, CTI knee braces, XPS, also Stud Boy, Rock Speed, CNA Pro skis, D's Marine, and BRP. Also, Roy Electric back home, one of my sponsors, and everyone who's helping me out there. Thank you guys so much.
Well, congratulations on your first place finish.